what if I told you that your brain is wired to avoid pain, but it also has the power to transform it into strength? In this video, I'm going to cover the science of rewiring or reframing our brain to embrace discomfort and unlock personal growth, because that's where the magic is. If this is a topic that is sparking your curiosity and interest, please stick around. For anyone new to this channel, hello, I am Tanya. I am a rapid transformational therapist and coach, and I empower women over the age of 40 to truly authentically show up for themselves and love themselves in order for them to feel empowered to thrive in whichever phase of life they may find themselves. Now, in this three-part mini-series focusing on the psychology, the science and the practical tips around what can we actually do, the power of our brain to be able to rewire it, it's actually the pain. I've mentioned Sigmund Freud before, the pain and pleasure, how we avoid pain and we seek pleasure in order to keep us safe. That is a safety mechanism. And there is a lot of work that Dr. Joe Dispenza has actually done over the past 20 plus years, where he's managed to sort of get scientists involved to be able to prove what people were actually saying and demonstrating and relaying through their personal stories of radical remission and transformation in their lives, going from really difficult situations, life-threatening situations, and then being able to heal their body. And this is where our brain clings on to what is familiar, even if it is painful. So if you've had life experiences and beliefs that sort of like keep on reminding you that you are not lovable, that you are not smart enough, and you keep replaying those stories and those narratives in your life, you will find evidence around you to prove that what you're saying to yourself is actually true. But likewise, if you were to rewire your brain to actually say that I am lovable, that I am smart, then you will find, or I am resourceful, whatever that kind of affirmation is to be for you, you will find evidence to actually see that that also holds true. Because one of the fundamental truths is that if you believe you can do something, you can. And if you believe you can't do something, you also will never achieve it either. So from that kind of perspective, what we believe is realized. We bring it into reality. And therefore, if we can control our thinking and we can rewire and change our thinking, then we've got the power to create thoughts that are going to be powerful and strong and encouraging and empowering in order for us to take uncomfortable action, in order for us to thrive in whichever phase of life we may be in. So one of the quotes that Joe Dispenza says is, your personality creates your personal reality. And this is it. The thoughts that we think actually create a reality. And as a result, if we're thinking negative, disempowering thoughts, then we'll get those feelings and our life will mirror that. If something good was to happen, we're always going to doubt, oh, that was beginner's luck, or I don't deserve this, rather than you starting from a place of actually I am worthy, I am lovable, I deserve all the great things in my life. So what is familiar, the patterns, is what is actually causing some of the pain in your life. And it's about becoming self-aware in order for you to be able to shift that. Now, through the work that Dr. Joe Dispenza has done, and lots of other scientists, because there is like absolutely thousands of books now from psychotherapists, neurologists, lots of medical professional experts and science experts in the field, where they sort of are demonstrating and showing scientific evidence and releasing papers and research that are all backing up that our brain is not fixed. It's actually like plasticine. That's what neuroplasticity is that it can actually change, and it will change over time. Now, if you've got a fixed mindset where you believe, oh, I'm stupid, and you don't believe that you can acquire knowledge and experience to shift you from being stupid to actually being smart, then you're stuck in that mindset, and your actions are always going to reflect that you are stupid, and you're never going to do something that's going to be empowering and encouraging in your life. Where if you move that mindset to a growth one, where I'm a beginner, I've not got it all figured out, I'm taking action, I'm going to make mistakes, I'm going to fail potentially, but they're all lessons, they're all opportunities for me to experiment, to try new things, to make the 1 millimeter progress improvement, to course correct when necessary. So there isn't a kind of fixed kind of way. There is an analogy that I heard recently, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. If you think of your head, like your brain, as if it was a mountain full of snow, and down that mountain there are skiers that are going down, and they're actually skiing, and they're creating runs, and those runs end up being really, really deep runs. That is where you're actually, the fixed mindset is, because we've got the neural pathways that have been, you've repeated that run so many times that you've ended up creating a really distinct, clear path down the mountain, down your brain. But the beauty with neuroplasticity is that if you embrace a growth mindset, then it's almost as if that mountain that gets a fresh dusting of snow, which means that those runs end up getting covered up, and it's as if the mountain has never been navigated before. So the runs are all covered up, so you've got a perfectly smooth mountain with all the snow, and then you can decide to create new patterns of thought, feelings, behaviors, and that will create a brand new run. And that way you are constantly able to change your thoughts if you embrace the growth mindset, and you just, every night when you go to sleep, if you visualize that your brain is actually getting a fresh deep dusting of fresh snow that's going to land, and it's going to enable you to replace the habits no longer serve you, the thoughts that no longer serve you, and you can create new ones. So I hope that analogy actually brings it a little bit more to life, that neuroplasticity is our brain's ability to create new patterns, new thoughts, new behaviors, and as a result, new feelings. Because at the end of the day, whatever goal an aspiration we may want to experience, it's all about experiencing and having a feeling at the end of it. And those feelings are like waves, they come and go. And so even happiness is not a state. It is an emotion that you're actually going to feel, and it will then dissipate at some point. But joy and contentment could be your ultimate goal, and that is a state of being. You can think yourself happy, you can think yourselves in a positive mindset state, and in doing so you can experience life from a different lens, a different perspective, where you get the opportunity to experience life and experiment, rather than you being stuck in that fixed mindset, which is things are happening to me, I'm always having to react to things, and you keep on repeating patterns that are not bringing you joy and contentment, and it's keeping you in that kind of pain. But don't get me wrong, when that fresh dusting of snow comes down and you are to create a new pathway, a new run, a new belief, a new thought, that might also create a bit of discomfort, because it's like, okay, it's a wee bit shaky here because I've not repeated that enough times to create a new deep run. So you might go a wee bit off piste, you might need to course correct several times as you're going down. But this is where repetition and practice comes in, because this gives you then the ability to be able to course correct. So this is the kind of this is the science behind how our brain can be rewired. So we're not fixed. Everything isn't cast in stone. It is that kind of fresh mountaintop where fresh snow can come, and then we can actually create new patterns of behavior and thought. So the three kind of practical takeaways that I want to leave you with is that you can use daily affirmations. So rather than saying I am stupid, I am unhealthy, whatever those thoughts that are coming into your head, replace them with ones that are going to empower you and encourage you to take action and shift your mindset and think more positive thoughts to encourage you to take action. Then journaling is really useful, where you want to sort of like delve into the discomfort and sort of question yourself, why am I avoiding the pain? Is it really helping me long term, not taking that uncomfortable action to push my comfort zone out? Getting a bit more kind of self-awareness of where you are, what your thoughts are, and what can you do to actually shift them to become more empowering and encouraging. And then when things might start feeling a bit overwhelming, breathing exercise which brings safety into your body. I've mentioned a few times on this channel the optic nerves reset, where you're actually getting your parasympathetic nervous system to switch on. So rather than you being in fright and flight kind of alertness, you actually are moving into the kind of safety, that everything's okay, that my survival isn't being threatened. Because at the end of the day, in today's world, our thoughts are what are actually triggering our feelings, our emotions, and we can actually control those thoughts. And by reminding ourselves that our life isn't being threatened because we've seen something on social media or because someone said something that we didn't like, our life isn't being threatened. So it's about breathing and sort of controlling our emotions to be able to center us and bring us back to the kind of rational thinking, where we're not just feeling, we're actually thinking, but we're challenging our thoughts as well. So let me know in the comments below, have you, on the back of the first video in this series, have you actually taken some uncomfortable action? How did it feel? How did you keep on pushing through? Does it feel better now that maybe you've repeated that pattern, a new habit, new behavior? Does it feel any different? Let us know in the comments below. And until the next video, if this content has resonated, if you've been watching in 12 minutes and you're not already a subscriber, please like and subscribe. If you feel someone in your life would benefit from this content, please share it with them. And until the next video, I want you to seize the day. Do the self-reflection, come up with some positive affirmations that are going to encourage you. And remember, you've always got choices in life. You can choose to stay in pain and discomfort, or you can drill down and figure out what that discomfort is really telling you and what action can you actually take to move yourself out of the discomfort. So until the next one, bye.